Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Zenaton, and welcome to today's video for Legends of Runeterra. Today, we're going to be going over a cool deck today. We had a big, huge patch, lots of changes, and on top of all the card changes, we also had a rules change. And with that, the meta is very volatile right now. A lot of players are trying new concepts with cards that have seen no play before and are trying to just figure out what the meta is. And then you got the players who are just playing the old decks that, even if they've been nerfed, they're still really strong, just to farm LP. We're not going to be showing off one of those decks. We're going to be showing off a deck that is benefiting from the balance patch. Kind of existed before, though, but it got a lot stronger with the rules change, the play cast merger. We're talking about JAYCE LUX. I almost said JAYCE for some reason. But yeah, JAYCE LUX. JAYCE LUX is, in my opinion, very strong. Lux in general is so much more powerful after the rules change with the play and cast merger. Makes slow spells just feel a lot more worth it in general. A lot of the time it would just be like, okay, I have this expensive slow spell, or even a fast spell, but if I play it and my opponent responds to it and I lose the Lux, then I just get the spell itself. I don't get any benefit. Now, though, if your opponent just kills Lux in response to the slow or fast spell, that's fine. You still got a final spark and probably leveled up Lux, too. So let's go and look at the deck. Okay. So, welcome to the deck. Now, a lot of people are playing JAYCE LUX. There's a lot of different versions out there. A lot of people are playing some cards. A lot of people are playing greedier versions that go a little later. Other people are playing more mid-rangey versions that are trying to get a little more tempo. My version's a little more greedy. In fact, it's kind of really greedy. But I'll talk about like some cards that are not in the deck that you could definitely consider. And I'll definitely mention some of the cards in this deck that you can definitely add more of or cut or just in general are flex spots. But yeah, if you don't know JAYCE LUX, it's mid-rangey. It can go late, but it does lose hard to actual late game decks like Field of Rush, I would say. Against those decks, really, we just have to hope for some nice burn and Albus Ferris and maybe a Jace that somehow doesn't die to Vengeance or a board that doesn't die to Ruination. But yeah, in some matchups, we're going to definitely be the control, and against control decks, we're definitely more of the beatdown, mid-range, tempo, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, game plan is basically just get on the board, stick a Lux, get Lux value. If that doesn't work, Vanguard Sergeant, of course, creating for Demacia for a win con's great. Leveled up Jace, giving value is insanely good. And you've got some Albus Ferris as well for another game plan, another win con. So let's go through the deck really quick. Couple of Forge Chiefs here. I'm only running 2. I'm not a fan of this card. And before you say, if you're not a fan of this card, why are you playing it? I think it is a card you should play, especially in JAYCE LUX. Fills up the 1-drop slot, which is solid for a more tempo-oriented deck, and if it does strike at least once, it's fine. Some people like to play 3. I'm not a big fan of 3. Sure, this card's great on 1, but it's so bad afterwards, and we don't really have anything like a Spacey Sketcher or a Rummage to throw it away for another card, so I'm only playing 2. 3 Pharaoh's Financiers, not much to talk about with this guy. The guy is great. If you're playing PNZ and you're not super aggro, you should probably play at least 2, probably even 3 of these guys. 2 Mage Seeker Persuaders. I just like the guy. Definitely a card you can consider cutting, but I like the guy as a 2 of. 3 Mystic Shots. Some people play no Mystic Shots. I think you should at least play 2. I'm currently playing 3. You could definitely cut the 3rd for like a Thermogenic Beam. Thermogenic Beam is something I'm not playing in the deck you could consider as well. I'm just not playing it. I like 3 Mystic Shots. 3 Broadwings. Broadwing is also a card you can consider removing. Some people play no Broadwings, 3 Mage Seeker Persuaders. Not a fan of that. But Broadwing's not that great without Bright Steel Protector, but I still like Broadwing because it does synergize with some stuff, namely for Demacia. So I still like it as a 3 of, but I could definitely see myself cutting some of them. But I think I'd rather maybe consider cutting Persuader first, but I don't know. It's just such a good card. Only 2 Sharp Sights. Being a little greedy here, You could definitely go up to 3. You could also consider even running Shield of Duran, but I'm being a little greedy here and just want to play more for a little bit of tempo. 2 single combats, only 2 of them because I don't like 3 and I actually want to find my single combats, so I don't want to play 1. We don't really have good units to strike with, so that's only why I'm playing 2 single combats, like actually fight kind of strike, which is what single combat does. 1 of Forge. This is definitely a card that I keep going back and forth on. I've played none, I've played 2, I've played 3. I'm currently at 1. Might honestly cut it in the future, might go up to 2 in the future. Not really sure on this card, but the mana it gives back is nice, and a Forge Worker is a 3 mana 3/3, so it's okay. So I'm playing it as a 1 of. 3 Vanguard Sergeants. When I first started playing this deck, I was actually playing none of these because for some reason I completely forgot this was a card. And then I was looking at my deck and I was like, why am I not playing Vanguard Sergeant? So I put in all 3. You could definitely cut 1. I'd say 2 is probably the minimum you should be playing because it's For Demacia. For Demacia is just so good with Lux, especially after the cast play rule change. And it gives you an alternate win con. Just playing a For Demacia with a, not even a wide board, but just maybe like 3 or 4 units on the field. Solid, you won't win the game, but you get to force your opponent to do some chump blocks. If you have some challengers, like a Jace with Challenger or a Broadwing, you can even pick up some very scary units. Synergizes well with strikes like single combat, so I like 3 Vanguard Sergeants. 3 Jaces, of course we're going to play 3 Jace, it's JAYCE deck. 2 Concerted Strikes, I like this. A little bit more than single in this deck, but I'm really just not sure on the strike spell split. I'm really just doing a 2-2 split, 2 singles, 2 concerted. Could see myself doing like 3 concerted, 1 single, maybe. I think 2 concerted is something I want at least. So this is the current split I'm at, but card's nice, solid with Lux too, so I like it. No Radiant Guardians. Radiant Guardian is definitely something you can consider putting in. I just don't think there's enough burn for me to want to play Radiant Guardians, and I will be honest with you, it's kind of hard to fit Radiant Guardian in this deck, and I'd rather just play more interaction and spells than a couple of Radiant Guardians. 3 Luxes. Again, we're a Lux JAYCE deck. We're going to play all 3 of our champions. There isn't really another champion I would consider over any of these, over any Luxes or Jaces. I'd rather just play 3 and 3 instead of like a 3-2-1 split or something. 3 Assembly Lines. I don't like this card, but I feel like it's something you should be playing. Again, not really a big fan, but it synergizes well with Jace. Acceleration Gate with Assembly Line gives you a board. Gives you something for the Acceleration Gate to actually buff. So, yeah. But not a big fan of it. I think it is better than Remembrance, but eh. 1 of back-to-back. Mostly this is just here for the more competitive players who are looking up your deck list while you're playing on ladder. Definitely a card you can cut, but I like it as a 1 of. And it definitely can just blow people out and win games by itself. A very well-timed back-to-back just crushes people. Especially if you have a Jace or a Lux on the field too, of course. 2 Remembrances. Sure, you can get Radiant Guardian off of this, but that's not something you should rely on. Mostly just here as another expensive spell that, if you lose a lot of your board, can be relatively cheap and mana efficient. So, only 2 of them. Could go up to 3, could just play none. Definitely up to you. 3 Shock Blasts. Healing's not that great in the current meta. There's a little bit of like Field Rush and a very small amount of target in the form of some Aphelios decks, but there's not much healing, so I like 3 Shock Blasts, and, you know, 3 Shock Blasts synergizes well with Jace. You might be able to get some nice burn wins. Only 2 Albus Ferris. I started with 3, and I went down to 2. You could definitely go up to 3 if you want. In all honesty, this is definitely a meta call. I feel the meta is a little too fast for triple Albus Ferris, but depending on how the meta shapes up over the next few days, I could see myself going back up to 3. Anyway, though, that is pretty much the deck. Nothing too crazy here. I already mentioned some cards you could consider. For example, Thermogenic Beam. You could also consider the other Mage Seekers. For example, the 4-mana Mage Seeker Insider is a 4-mana 6/6. Pretty solid. If I were to play the Mage Seeker Insider, I would probably go up to 3 single combats. This guy's really good with single combat. I don't like him though because he's just a 4-mana 6/6, and that's all he does. But definitely something you can consider. The new elite spell, I think. Yeah, this card, Might of the Vanguard, is also something you can consider in this deck. It is kind of cute if you have a leveled up Jace and you spend 9 mana on this, but that's really hard to do, right? Like how? So you need to level up a Jace, have the Jace on the field, and then spend 9 mana. If you're able to do that, you are probably already winning in the first spot. But this is definitely something you can consider. Helps smooth out the curve a little bit. Synergizes well with Lux as well, but I don't really like it that much in this deck. If I had like a second elite besides Vanguard Sergeant, I might consider it, but I'm just not a big fan of it. If I wanted to play it, I'd probably take out Voice of Tomorrow and play Might of the Vanguard as a 1-of. But I'd rather play it as a 2-of if I were to play it at all. Anyway, though, that is the deck. Very fun deck. It's doing pretty well as well on the ladder. Deck overall has a solid win rate, so let's go and play a couple of games. Well, lovely. Okay. I mentioned it earlier, people playing old decks. Here's an old deck. Sun Disck, huh? Yikes. Kind of want to keep Assembly Line, but I think I just want to find... I don't even know what I want to find. I think I want to find Lux. Okay, good, Lux. As for this matchup, yeah, that's all I can say is yeah. I don't really see myself winning this matchup. At least they didn't play Treasure Seeker, so I get a free strike here, but yeah, this is going to be tough. I can play Assembly Line on 3. I guess that's something, but yeah. I mean, I don't have Aftershock, but whatever. Yeah, sure. I'm not doing anything here. I'm not blocking that. They get a 2/2 here. I mean, I'm going to play this, but I'm not playing this because I want to play this. I'm mostly playing this to activate my Persuaders. I mean, that's annoying, but whatever. I'm just going to slam everything here, by the way. Sure, they have a... You know what? I can't send in the 2/1 into a 1/4.
Not in my city.
Good news, though. Okay, never mind. I was going to say good news was they're trading. Good news is they're trading. Oh, come on, opponent. Trade already. Thank you. But yeah, good news is they're trading down for some reason. Bad news, I'm still against Sun Disck, and I don't know. I think it's going to be a weird game. Like, we're going to have to tempo here. That's fine. We'll just play Financier here. Give it all? These are all kind of bad, in all honesty. I think it might be... I mean, Give It All is kind of cute with Jace giving everyone quick attack. Maybe? Let's just create this. There's no way you have nothing. Wow, really? I'm just gonna slam this all in right away and just go from there. This is a lot of damage you're taking, opponent. Wow. But yeah, like, we're just tempoing them. They're not playing hard for the board, so we're just gonna... and we're dead. We're not actually dead, but this changes a lot. How's Azir looking? Azir's not close to leveling up, but... ugh. I need to draw something. Maybe I should have taken Redoubled Valor just so I could have casted it this turn. Okay, Unraveled Earth is whatever. It's actually kind of a problem. I need a big spell here. That's not a spell. So I could just play this and have it die. Yeah?
Very kind if you think graces with your presence, milady.
Axel, shut up.
They're not playing anything onto the board, so I'm just gonna, you know... So this will die too. Or no, this won't die. The 2/2 dies here. Yeah, let's play this. Oh wait, no, yeah, the 0/3 dies. It's the weakest. That's fine. I assume they're gonna hit something here. There's no way they don't trade. Curator. Ugh. 2/2 kills a 3/1. Hate it.
We'll save Demacia from magic.
Demacia doesn't need saving.
So, here's the problem. There's no way you don't kill. Really? Okay, wow. So there's no way they don't have Counterspell. Do I play into Counterspell? That helps. Or do I just open attack? I think I'm just open attacking.
You can't outrun justice.
So this is lethal, but they probably have Quicksand. Unraveled Earth is nothing. Okay. And we won. All right. Somehow I won. Can't believe that.
Do we win?
What is this? Okay. So it's definitely a meme. Yasuo pile. I'm trying... Do I want to keep Lux, actually? I'm trying to think, like, why Yasuo pile with Zoe, but no Leona or... I think I'm going to keep Lux, by the way. I'm trying to think, like, why Yasuo, but no Leona or Malphite? Back-to-back might actually be great here. I'm actually really curious.
Remember, we're the ones who make progress.
Hey, can I find my sharp side in this matchup, please? Can I really find my sharp side in this matchup now? But yeah, I'm really wondering why. Because, like, Leona got buffed, Malphite got buffed. Nothing here really's changed. I guess maybe this is probably just for fun. Oh, what a great draw, actually. And Nopifier Twin. Oh my god, it worked! What? Wow, really? I thought they would have, like, at least a twin. They were attacking into, what's it called? They were attacking into Sharpside. Right now, I'm trying to think if I want to play around Sunhawk. If I play this, I play in a Sunhawk, so I'm gonna just open attack here. Like, I play Sergeant, they play Sunhawk. They can play Solari, Priestess, or Shadow Assassin is the other things I was thinking about. Really just need to find something here. Like, this is not terrible, and the fact that I've gotten 2 strikes with Forge Chief is really nice. Still, though, Yasuo Zoe. I killed a Zoe. What a great draw. I am going to make... Well, depending on what they play here. If they pass, do I pass? I don't know if I can out-late game them. I don't know if they're playing things like Star Shaping. They're probably playing things like Star Shaping. Well, that changes everything. They didn't even think about this. Alright, so they get 4 damage in. I might actually lose because I don't have a way to interact with Yasuo here. My game plan is basically just Lux. That changes a lot. I'm just slamming here. I assume they have like a Steel Tempest or something, but I don't care. Really? They're just taking 7. Okay. Maybe some Will of Ionias here? Eye of Raharok? I think that's the name of the 5-mana landmark. Passing. Okay. How about just Lux? This is a pretty solid board. Eye of Raharok. Sure, no problem. That is whatever. Shock Blast is pretty sweet. So I'm just going to summon some Forge Workers here. Get to level up Lux. Get the beam here. Traveler is whatever. Even... So here's the thing. Even if they deny assembly line, I still get the final spark.
Pushing my limits.
And if they do deny this, then I just kill Yasuo. Huge, huge play here. I hope. I mean, I assume they have something here to protect Yasuo. I don't... Okay, that's nice. That'll keep my, Lux kind of safe from the second Eye of Raharok stun. Yeah. Fine. Ew. Okay. So what am I doing here? I think I'm just gonna play for Demacia? Wait, no, why would I play for Demacia? What am I thinking? I think I'm just gonna Smork. They definitely have stuns here. Like, definitely have stuns. But I have back-to-back, which is what I'm going to use here. There's no way they just take this. Right? There's no way. Ew. Thankfully, they struck in the wrong order. Sure. I'm just going to use an assembly line to refill here.
I follow only one path, my own.
So here's the issue. That's a scary boy.
Watch out!
And we'll just do this. Final Spark will pop that.
Tomorrow has never looked so good.
I mean, I'm trying to think, like, they don't have... I don't even know, Reckoning Roar or whatever that card is in Noxus. Like, they don't really... Unless they're playing Sneaky Zeebles. But that only hits things with 2 or less power. Like, this is scary. Leveled up Yasuo is really scary, especially with that much health, but...
No cure for fools.
I've also got 11 mana, so I can technically play back-to-back and Concerted Strike. Ugh. I'm gonna do this. Well, no. If I do this, they'll stun a Forge Worker. I'll only get one beam, though, sadly. Because while they're going to change it eventually, currently the second back-to-back's not technically being played here. So yeah, this will stun the 9/9. I've got Barrier in case they try to kill Lux. I might just summon another Lux in all honesty. Palm? I think I'm going to try this. I feel a deny coming, but I don't care. Yep, sure, whatever. Like, yeah, that's annoying and all, but whatever. So, good news is they can't attack in, and they're out of mana, and they're running out of cards. So what am I doing, though, is the real question. I think I'm just going to play for Demacia. God, I love this play change with Lux. It's so good. So I assume they have some stuns here, but yeah. Oh god. And a deny? Oh my god. I think I'm just gonna barrier then. Wow, really? So I think since they've used 2 denies, I'm not gonna play around deny anymore. And I think I'm going to do this, because this also makes my single combat really nice now. I'm doing this to set up my Shock Blast next turn. I didn't attack in because I'm dumb. Whoops. So they're trying to kill Lux. I haven't seen a single Nopify or Twin. If I do this with Lux and they Twin, or if they stun, oh my gosh, I could get blown out here. I could get blown out hard here. I think this is the play and just say they don't have Pale, Twin, or Nopify, or Guiding Touch. I can't believe it worked. I'm actually insanely surprised that worked. We're just gonna summon Albus Ferris. So now I can summon Jace and then play a big spell, or I can open attack, play Jace, and Shock Blast? Also, welcome to the problem with Yasuo decks. They kind of run out of cards. That's fine. I still have full health. I just realized I have full health. Zoe's... whatever. So they've played 2 denies. Oh my god, they had another Yasuo. This could actually be insanely bad for me. I'm taking it all. If they hit Crescent Strike here, I actually can lose hard. I think the play is just attacking with Albus. Like, open attack with Albus. I can always play the barrier as well. No, let's not attack in with Lux to play around Steel Tempest. But yeah, I think I attack in with Albus to get the 5 damage on face. I think it's going to be 5. Yep. Sets up my Shock Blast.
Money matters.
But before I Shock Blast, I'll Prismatic Barrier, beaming something. That's exact lethal, technically. I'm going to do this. And before I cast the Final Spark, I'm going to do this as well. So I'll have 2 Final Sparks to play around with. And GG.
The superior tactic is to never give up.
Oh, no. Okay. Pirates. Pirates are a terrible matchup for us. I'm going to actually throw away these financiers and look for my 1-drops. I didn't find them. Okay. This is going to sound bad, because it is. Our game plan is roll Radiant Guardian. That is such a bad start for us.
I'll do better this time.
But yeah, like, if they have 1-drop into 2 1-drops, we probably just auto-lose. We can't win fast enough. Yeah, that's not gonna help. I need them to play something that dies to Broadwing, I think. Something that dies that I could have blocked. At least it was only a 2-drop and not a 2 1-drops, but yeah, I'm not in a good spot here. I'm in a really, really bad spot. I feel like if I had actually just drawn a Forge Chief, I could have had a chance here, but yeah, this is not it. We're not winning this matchup. I guess I'll play this. Not like it does much. Another rear guard, whatever. Single might do something, okay, but I'm just taking too much damage here. Like, this rear guard's done 6 damage to my Nexus, to my face.
Keep up.
And a zap. Well, at least I get 6 damage in here. That's cute. I'd actually be very surprised if they open attack here. They might open attack just to play around Lux, though.
I'm one of the good guys, but not that good.
So I could just Shock Blast now, but there's no way they don't have Noxian Fervor. But I'm still going to just play this.
Where I go, the light follows.
I'd be very surprised if they only attack in with Zap. Yep, this is fine. I'm assuming they have a Noxian Fervor here. I will answer with a single combat if they do it. Yes. Come on, opponent. Sadly, my Fort Demacia is not looking too good. Brothers Bond. And Noxian Fervor? Okay. This makes me want to... So that'll bring me down to 9. If I kill MF... Still going to 5. I think I have to just kill Zap. Yeah. Take the Fervor. So I could just play Remembrance. Am I doing that? I might. I could also Concerted Strike here. Yeah, I think I'll just play Remembrance.
I've been hiding my light too long.
I hope I don't get Radiant Guardian. Watch me get Radiant Guardian too. I hope for like Moose or a Challenger. That's probably the worst out of all of them I could have hit. Yeah. I'm actually just gonna Smork.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
I'm doing this attack like this because I feel like they have another Noxian Fervor. And I'm trying to make them use it. So if they do this, I can bring them to 5. That'll be 3. 5, 3. So then this? Okay. I will let this go through. Hopefully, I assume they're going to play a unit here. But if they don't, for some reason, play a unit here, I can blast them. And maybe I can win with Burn myself. Their Gangplank's not close to leveling. I actually think I have a chance here. Yeah, I actually think I win here. I have 8 mana. With 3 cards in hand. Yeah, we win. GG. Somehow I won this game. Mystic Shot and Burn coming in clutch.
Everything's in place behind you.
Do your worst.
I don't know why I'm slow playing this. I should just Mystic Shot him now, but whatever. And GG. Okay. So, welcome back to the deck. Yeah, we got 3 games. Pretty good. 3 games, 3 wins. One against a couple of meta decks. We went against Pirates and we went against Sun Disck. Both of which are kind of like tier 2 decks. We also went against a Yasuo believer. We crushed them. Somehow, I won that matchup. I didn't actually think I would win the matchup against the Yasuo player, but also won the matchup against Sun Disck and Pirates. I actually thought I would lose all three of those matchups, and I won all three of the matchups, so that's pretty nice. But yeah, like, deck seems pretty solid. Definitely, though, a deck you need to tech if you're going against a certain type of deck. For example, if you're going to go against Field of Rush, there are other things you would want to tech in the deck. If you're going against more aggro decks like Pirates, you might want to consider Radiant Guardian in the deck. Maybe more Forged Chiefs as well. But yeah, very fun deck to play. And here's the thing. Currently, the second spell being cast from JAYCE, when you have a leveled up JAYCE on the field and he plays a second spell, copies it. It doesn't actually technically get played, so it doesn't actually give you the second final spark. Riot has already said they're going to change it up, so the second spell, the second copied spells in general are going to actually be played. So, you know, JAYCE, Karma, and maybe a few other stuff. A few other cards care about that. But that'll actually be a huge buff to Lux, Lux JAYCE, and Lux Karma too, actually. But who plays Lux Karma, honestly? And we actually saw that come into effect a couple of times. I want to say, like, there were, I think at least once, there was one time where I had a JAYCE and a Lux on the field and I played a big spell and I only got one final spark, which was expected. I knew that was going to happen, but it would have been nice to have gotten a second final spark. And when that buff comes in, will that buff, bug fix, rule change, whatever you want to call it, goes live, this deck will just get that much stronger. So what is this deck good? I think it is. I don't think it's a tier 1 deck. I think it is a strong mid-ish tier 2, maybe even high tier 2 deck. And here's the thing, it plays Lux, and Lux decks are fun, really, and JAYCE is fun too, so, you know, try it out, take it for a spin. Definitely is a deck you can climb to Masters with. There are some Master players who are playing these decks and are actually climbing in the Masters ladder as well, so definitely a strong deck for the current meta. Might change, though, depending on how the meta changes, though, of course. Anyway, though, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'd love to hear your opinion on this deck. Do you think it is actually stronger than I'm giving it credit? Do you think it should be playing some cards I'm not playing? I'd love to hear your opinion down in the comments below. And if you guys just enjoy the video in general, I'd love it if you could leave a like or a comment down below. Always helps me and the channel out. And if you guys want to keep up with the Legends of Runeterra content, you can always go and subscribe to the channel as well. Also, if you want to watch me play some Legends of Runeterra, you can go and check me out over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Zenaton, where I stream pretty much every single day. Anyway, though, with that all said and done, thank you all once more for watching this video, and until I see you guys in the next one, bye.